She essentially made it her mission through this meeting to make Gary irrelevant, and he had earned it.
The chairwoman orchestrated a coup to take power from us and prevent us from being able to get the full endorsement of the Democratic Party. Every time that I have been considered for public office, have done everything in their power to prevent me from winning. And the time that I win by your rules, you change the rules in the middle of the game.
The Louisiana Democratic Party did everything in their power not to endorse progressive Senate candidate Gary Chambers. Chairwoman Katie Bernhardt refused to give the party's endorsement to Chambers and changed the rules so that the party could endorse 3 different Democratic candidates in the name of unity.
I'd like to make a motion that the body accept the executive committee's recommendation for our congressional candidates.
With the new bylaws.
So
say it together.
New
bylaws. Dum, dum, dum.
And then
somebody stood up.
The assailant, this person was passing out my opposition's push card to the local Democratic Party while I was standing up speaking at the meeting to the local Democratic Party. And we watched the chair, the executive director, and this person pass back and forth a piece of paper. They present this resolution.
Laws are the bylaws.
They changed
that
the
should
rules.
have been communicated.
Now they trying to
If
change
there
them
is a
again.
rule that a candidate should have had someone to nominate them within 5 days of this meeting, I further propose a resolution that the entire DSCC as a whole endorses all candidates. It is Gary Chambers, Luke Nixon, and Sarita Stein for the U.S. Senate race, and all candidates.
Just prior to this moment, lawmakers voted in multiple officials, but instantly changed the rules for Chambers when the Senate race came up. Then, officials say this decision can only be voted on by the Resolutions Committee, which met literally right then and there at Bernhardt's wishes.
The resolution is proper, but it is not to be voted on by this body. It must be voted on by the Resolution Committee. It was asked of me, can the Resolutions Committee meet now? Is at the discretion of the chair.
As chair, I hereby appoint the Resolutions Committee to hear this proposed resolution.
yeah.
We start watching them stand up one by one.
We was like, oh,
We were like,
oh,
ooh,
we got the
That's
We
resolution.
got
scary.
the Resolutions Committee, okay? The Resolutions Committee goes into the back, they read the resolution, they come out of the room. It was a down vote, 5-2.
Resolution committee voted by 5-2 not to support that resolution coming before the body.
Okay, again, by 5-2, the resolution was not reported favorably by the committee.
The chair calls for the vote. People vote. There are not 100 people in the room, okay? There are not 100 people in the room. The chair calls for the vote. They go in the back. We send somebody in the back from our team on the legal team to go count the vote with them. And the vote comes out 80-40 for the resolution to be heard. There are not 100 people in the room.
That's 120 votes.
We know that we are about 45-30 in our vote of what's present in the room.
The room voted.
So if it had been the room, we win. But because the chair has votes in her pocket, she puts them in the proxy. She makes the resolution proceed to a vote.
We have given each side ample time. We have to give a certain number of minutes to each side, then 3 minutes for this side, 3 minutes for the other side, but we can't stay in here all evening.
She calls the vote. She goes in the back. She pulls these votes out of her pocket. She passes the resolution.
We have 88 yes, 36 no, 2 abstentions, and 3 inconclusive ballots. That resolution has passed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I want to congratulate all of our endorsed candidates.
And then to say that this is to unify the party, but who are you unifying it for?
The room never got the vote for Gary.
Never.
Or against me?
The room never got the vote against Gary.
She essentially made it her mission through this meeting to make Gary irrelevant, and he had earned it
The
solely.
the room never voted to endorse all the candidates.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. But here in Louisiana and all over the South, Jim Crow never really left, and the remnants of the Confederacy remain. Our system isn't broken. It's designed to do exactly what it's doing, which is producing measurable inequity. 1 in 13 Black Americans are deprived of the right to vote. 1 in 9 Black Americans do not have health insurance. 1 in 3 Black children live in poverty. It's time to burn what remains of the Confederacy down.
Would I vote to end the filibuster assumes that I'd be a United States Senator, right? Right? I'd be a United States Senator if being put in that position. And I'll tell you this, guys. If I become a United States Senator, I guarantee you we are going to have 60 votes in the United States Senate. We saw what happened in Kansas. People are speaking up. Thanks.
So that's a yes or no.
Let's start with trying to get a majority of 60.
You can say that you support a woman's right to choose, or that you are going to vote to protect a woman's right to choose and codify Roe, but you can't codify Roe without voting against the filibuster.